Come here, Milo, if you're going to do that. Come here. You whining too much. Milo, come here. Come here. Come here. My bad, y'all. I ain't mean to be muted. My fault. I was saying good morning, everybody that's in here. Give me a second. Give me a second. Whether you're on YouTube and or Twitch, give me a second. We are loading in. I was working on something that I was so close to finishing that I did not get to finish. Two Turn on YouTube was good. John on YouTube was good. Good morning to both of y'all. And anybody that's on Twitch so far, good morning as well. The laws, that's Lawrence, right? Good morning, brother. I woke up with a headache. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I was working on this little logo that I'm almost finishing, man. I'm sick. I didn't get to finish it. I lost track of the time. I look back up. It's freaking 11:02. My alarm didn't go off for whatever reason. So that was that. But either way, we'll get started with the show. Feels a little awkward not being able to play no music for real, but we'll get started with the show in a second. Wait, I think this is it. Hold on. Okay, I was able to do it. All right, there we go. I actually did. I was able to finish it. Okay. I thought I wasn't able to finish it. I was able to finish it. I lied. Look at me. Hold on. Let me fix that up. That's what I was doing this morning. So bear with me real quick, y'all. This is what I was working on this morning. As I fix this, and I'm gonna add more to it, but as I fix it. Alright, so Twitch, Errol Jr., YouTube, Facts and Stats. I think that's good sizing for it. You can't copy that? I was about to say you can't copy it. Look that up, goodbye, goodbye. Alright. Is it good right here in the middle, y'all? Y'all think I should move it to the side? Should I put it up top? Maybe. Up top, down bottom. Up top. Down bottom. Up top, down bottom. Good morning, brother. Got a headache, bro. Just took some pills. Up top, down bottom. I think I like down bottom. Up top. Down bottom a little too close to my mouth. Low key. That's the only reason why I would say up top. Cause like, why am I so low? Like, what? Somebody else outside of low? Down bottom, up top. Down bottom or up top. Up top, as you can see. Down bottom. Top. I don't know if I like the side, to be honest. I don't know if I like the left corner. I was working on this morning. If you could drop the camp, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I low-key want bottom. For real. Or even if my seat can go higher. But my freaking gaming chair broke. My joint can't even go higher no more. I can't even like sit up no more. But I'm gonna add like the TikTok logo. And maybe Instagram. Or probably just TikTok and leave it at that. Or probably Twitter, one of them. Probably gonna have three or four. I think I like bottom. I like the poster behind you. Appreciate it, bro. That poster was a gift. Appreciate it. All right, so we're gonna rock with the bottom for now. Either way, good morning to every single body that's in here. Welcome back to another daily fact and stats show. This is what I was working on this morning, and I've looked at the time like, oh snap, it's 11:02. Let me lock in. So I'm gonna finish working on this later on today. When someone subscribes, oh yeah, I forgot. I do got my notifications thing up top. That's a fact. Yeah, so up bottom makes more sense. Good point established. Great point, actually, brother. Let me make it a little smaller. All right, that's good. And let me make it a little smaller. All right. And I'm going to add a couple of them. I'm going to add the freaking YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter. I don't know which one I'm going to add. Or probably 2 out of the 3. I don't know. I'm not going to do all 5. But either way, Good morning to every single. I think the first game was like the Celtics. Good morning to every single body that's in here. Welcome back to another daily Fact and Stats show. Whether you're on Twitter, whether you're on YouTube, I'm greatly appreciative of all the support. And you all coming to different platforms and joining the show and following the platform, and even speaking on the platform. People went from speaking on Spaces. People then went from speaking on freaking Playback. We all know the big change that's happening with Playback. People then went to speaking on YouTube. And last but not least, this is the final stop, y'all. I'm not moving the show nowhere else. It's gonna be Twitch and YouTube. And if you want to join the stage, you got to join the stage through Discord, which will lead you pretty much through Twitch. So I want to make that very clear. Twitch and YouTube, I want to make that very clear, is the main two, the last stop, I would say. Not going anywhere else. I don't think anything will come out and be bigger or better than Twitch and or YouTube. So this is where we will be. As you can see on the bottom of the screen, I got the YouTube. It's Fact and Stats. You can feel free to watch the show on YouTube as well if you're more comfortable with YouTube. And if you're already on YouTube as well, thank y'all. To make sure y'all double tap that screen for me. As the main switch will be Twitch, or the main platform, I would say. Am I lagging? My bad. Looked like I was lagging. As the main platform to join the stage will be Twitch, or the main platform that I'm attacking, I would say, while still utilizing YouTube. Obviously, I gotta set up the Twitter lives to be able to go back live at the same time, and get that stream key, so I'll go live on Twitch, YouTube, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter, all at the same time. And Playback was pretty good with that, but we good off Playback. Playback made changes to their platform, and it doesn't really benefit me anymore at the time, so we attacking Twitch and YouTube. With that being said, if you are in here, as far as YouTube side of things, make sure y'all double tap that screen, or hit that thumbs up button. Hit that thumbs up button. And then also, if you want to extend your support for the platform on YouTube and or Twitch, you can become a YouTube member for as low as $5, and then you also can subscribe on Twitch, which you see in the chat right now. So subscribe here for no ads, or you can just subscribe. Just wanted to extend your support for the platform. As you can see, we have 101 subscribers. If you have Amazon Prime, it's best you all subscribe through your Amazon Prime account. You get one free subscription through your Amazon Prime account. And all you have to do is connect your Twitch account to your Amazon Prime account. Milo, come here. Come here. This man don't listen sometimes, bro. All you have to do is connect your Amazon Prime account through your Twitch account, or you can do it that way. Milo, come here. My bad, y'all. Y'all don't know what it's like having... Well, some of y'all probably do know what it's like having a dog. Not even a dog, just a freaking golden doodle. Because all dogs are different. But that golden doodle, boy, I'm telling you. Lay down right now. Lay down. And don't move. You gotta listen when I talk, bro. Lay down. Alright, what I was saying. So make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button on YouTube. Make sure y'all become a YouTube member and or subscriber to the Twitch account. IVX, good night. Appreciate you pulling up. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Twitch account as well. But also on top of that, Facts and Stats, the website. Facts and Stats, the website. If you don't have any Facts and Stats apparel, as you can see behind me, y'all, Facts and Stats apparel is still available. A couple more shirts to go. If you don't have any apparel, check out the website. It's factsandstats.us. The website is factsandstats.us. And like I said, if you order a shirt today, it'll be shipped today. If you order a shirt tomorrow, it'll be shipped tomorrow. Whenever you order a shirt, it'll be shipped outside of Sundays. The USPS is not open on Sundays. Whenever you order a shirt, it'll be shipped the same day. I have a couple of sizes left. One pink, one blue, one black. But don't know the sizes on them. Large pink. Like 5 white shirts. And then 2 off-white shirts. You can check out the website as well for all Facts and Stats apparel. Make sure you all join the Discord. That's the pinned message on Twitch at the moment. Join the Discord to join the stage for the show. Watch parties. That's later on. Like NFL stuff. That's later on. Yes, sir. My brother Amadou. Let's go. I'm one gifted this morning to start the show off on this lovely Friday, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you start a Friday off. Shout out to Amadou, man. Appreciate that, brother. What I was saying, though. The website. Check out the Fact and Stats website on this lovely Friday. Get you a Fact and Stats shirt. And then, what else I was going to say? Told you all about the website. Told you about the YouTube. Told you about subscribing. Shout out to Amadou for gifting one today. Told you all about the Discord. The Discord is important. That's how you join the stage. That's where we have NFL watch parties at. So that's coming soon. That's also where you can share your gambling plays at. I looked in the Discord the other day. I made one parlay late, so it was good to see me hit that. But when I looked in the Discord today, I'm like, damn. I'm like, damn. Lawrence on a good tier right now. Now, if y'all do tell Lawrence, just make sure you all gamble responsibly and gamble what you can afford to lose. But Lawrence is on a good little tier right now with some little builders and stuff like that. So giving Lawrence some love. Yes, sir. Let's go. Shout out to Galaxy 1K for the one gifted. Appreciate that, my black brother. Greatly appreciate it. That's how you start a Friday off, y'all. Can we get that 3 gifted subscribers or 1 new subscriber today? My favorite number is 3. Can we get to 3? My favorite number is 3. Can we get to 3? All I need is 1 more subscriber and or 1 more gifted sub, and I get to my favorite number for the day. And that's how you start to show up on a Friday. But like I was saying, check out the website, join the Discord. I gotta change my YouTube font to white. I cannot see that. Check out the website, join the Discord. Damn, what the hell? All right, my bad. Something was on my face. Check out the website, join the Discord. We'll be watching NFL games in there again. We used to do that 2 years ago, and then we stopped. That'll be coming back, and then yeah, man, we separating from playback pretty much. We still utilizing playback this month, and probably going forward for watch parties and stuff like that. But like John Doe type, or like I told y'all, they canceled their creative fund pretty much. So I serve no purpose there, personally. I help grow the platform, and they shifted to some other stuff. So we everything with Twitch and YouTube. And then thank y'all for even coming to all the platforms on this lovely Friday. I'm feeling, Josh, let's get it, my brother. Let's go. Shout out to Josh for the one gift that I appreciate that. That's 3 gifted subs today, and my day is complete. I know y'all like that. 3 subs, that ain't no money. Nigga, 3, my favorite number, nigga. My day is complete, nigga. Shout out to y'all for helping me. Shout out to y'all for contributing. And shout out to y'all for blessing me and also the platform on this lovely Friday, because y'all don't have to do that, but y'all chose to do that. So thank y'all for that for sure. What I was about to say now. Today's topics or today's things we'll be discussing on the show today is I always tweet it out in the morning time. So if you can't, by the way, this linebackers thing, I don't like coming not prepared. So I know I keep doing this, but I do not like coming to the show not prepared. And I told y'all I wasn't prepared today. 2 things. I didn't even get to make breakfast today. I didn't make breakfast, so I'm gonna keep it cool though, but that could throw me off. And then on top of that, without making breakfast, I was working on this, as y'all can see on the bottom of the screen, this thing right here. So I was working on that this morning, and when you're working on it, you gotta appreciate that follow, appreciate that. When you're working on that, you gotta watch a video off one monitor, pause the video, edit the thing, and watch. I haven't kept doing that this morning, so that took time. So I didn't get to make breakfast today, and I didn't even prep with my linebackers list either. So we might start fresh on that, because I really just want to talk about some summer league action. Outside of summer league action, yes sir. Shout out to Josh for gifting you the sub. I really want to talk about some summer league. Wait, what's playback? IVX, I think, yeah. You don't have to say sorry, brother. It's life, It's life. Life don't stop, and you can never complain. You have a husky. Yeah, I always trust the process, IVX. Always trust the process. God don't make no mistakes, for sure. Like I was saying, though, this may be on hold. I'm sorry. I came in here yesterday prepared for the quarterbacks. We had 10 plus quarterbacks list. Shout out to everybody that contributed in the chat and things of that nature. Today, I might hold off on the linebackers. My idea for the show today, talk about these 2 WNBA games last night. Obviously, it's more so going to be box score sake, because we was locked on NBA Summer League the whole entire day yesterday. Briefly speak on Jdub extension, plus more. Not really much to say around the land of the NBA at the moment. And then after that, Vegas Summer League Day 1 thoughts. Highlight some of these players that perform, man. Highlight some of these players or rookies or whatever. You a rookie or you year 2, year 3, year 4, whatever. You just trying to make a way. Highlighting some of these players that perform. Immediately following that, we're going to finish out that podcast episode with KD, Bron, and Steve Nash. And then I'm probably going to play one full album that dropped. Should I do Justin Bieber? Should I do Justin Bieber full album, y'all, or should I do yeah, maybe Justin Bieber? I probably play Justin Bieber full joint, but it's a lot of new music yesterday, bro. Like Low told me something new. You can just literally hit the new feature. You can literally just hit the new feature on your freaking phone, and they gonna show you everything that. Like I be wondering how niggas be knowing about the new shit, bro. Like, and I'm glad I finally know now. So that's my idea for the show today. The linebackers probably gonna get canceled. And I promise you, I'm done positional rankings next week. I promise you, we done. Linebackers, edge, and I'm canceling offensive lineman. We probably never gonna touch on offensive lineman for real. But after that, we done with the linebackers and edge. Linebackers and edge, we probably done. We probably briefly speak on offensive lineman, and that's it. B said yes. So it'll probably go quick WNBA box score look real quick. Jdub extension quick. Vegas Summer League Day 1 thoughts. I'm in no rush for this. This can take however long it want. And then immediately following that, we're gonna hit playback. Finish out that podcast episodes. We did playback. We did quarterback yesterday, nigga. That was the most popping one. We did quarterback yesterday. Yeah, quarterback was the most popping one out of everybody list. Here they are right here. This was just yesterday. Yeah, that was the most popping one. Collective, we had Lamar, Burrow, Allen, Mahomes, Hurts, JD5, Herbert, Stroud, Stafford, Dak. And I'm gonna post all these lists on the Instagram and Twitter page. All these are gonna get posted on the Instagram and Twitter page. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's another thing I'm gonna work on this weekend. Starting a graphic for those, and working on that. So as y'all can see,
so that's what I'm gonna do. Yo, you can hear me?
Yeah, what's good? Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, what's good? Okay, I'm still watching on Twitch. It's a little delay. That shit threw me off. Let me switch my quick.
Gang said drop the list on Red Friday, Ryan, you a troll.
Hey, yeah. Why Shaggy, bro? Why does Shaggy Jones say TBD for number 1, bro?
Bro, I don't know, bro. He basically has Lamar at 1, but he said number 1 is up for grabs right now because Lamar was on some bogus or some bull crap. He said, bro.
Okay, now let me see. Okay, Ed went Lamar, Allen, Burrow, Mahomes. Oh, dang, you tried Mahomes all the way to 4? Okay. Right, Shaggy went Lamar, Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Hurts. Okay. D-Mac went Mahomes at 1, of course. 3-year scheme and playoff performance. Okay, Mahomes, Lamar, Allen, Burrow, Hurts. To D-Mac shit, with that criteria, I would think he'd go Allen over Lamar. But, okay, or Burrow. Honestly, I think he'd go Burrow and Allen over Lamar. 3 years, game playoff performance. Honestly, Hurts would be higher at that point, too, if that's the criteria. But fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah, because Hurts made 2. I was wondering that. Hurts made 2 Super Bowl.
Yeah, like with the criteria he gave, you would think Hurts would be higher, honestly.
Yeah,
it's that argument, Lamar, Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Hurts, JD5. Okay, I see JD5 getting some love out here. Shaggy with Herbert over JD5. I don't know why he did that. Fredo, Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, Joe, Herbert, Hurts, Stroud. Okay. Mahomes, Allen, Hurts, Lamar, Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, Joe, Herbert, Hurts. Herbert over Hurts? Wait, regular, bruh. I don't see. This is what regular. Then you include postseason, but somehow Herbert is over Hurts. How that work? Spurs, okay. Spurs went Mahomes, Lamar, Josh, Burrow, JD5, Hurts, Stafford. Damn, a lot of people showed up for this. Like, what the hell was that? What the fuck?
Low, you had some issues. You had some issues with my list.
Yeah. I just asked because your shit said 3-year scheme and playoff performance. So how does Hurts end up behind like Lamar, Allen, and thing if the playoff performance is also playing a big factor? I mean, I don't know what your percentages are, but I'm assuming all 3 are just equally balanced, right?
No, yeah. I mean, he loses the first 2 to those 4 in front of him.
Hurts been to the Super Bowl twice in the last 3 years, though.
Yeah, that goes into his playoff performance, but he is not nearly as important to the scheme of the team as far as the surroundings are concerned to the first 4, and he hasn't had as good of a 3-year sample size as the first 4.
You said Hurts isn't nearly as important to the scheme of the team?
Yeah, as you compare to the other 4, yeah.
So you believe what if you? I mean, okay.
Wait,
now in comparison, In comparison to the other four, I do agree with that. But I also do because you said because I think Hurts. Let's say he would clear in playoff performance. And when it comes to scheme of the team, I don't think he's that far away. Like, yes, is he as important as Allen, Lamar, and Mahomes? Nah, I don't. Yeah, he's not. But is he important to that scheme though? Yes, he is.
Yeah,
I don't think he can just punch in a quarterback A and they can do exactly what Jalen Hurts does.
I didn't say he wasn't important. I just said he loses on those categories as far as that's concerned. So that's why.
And then you said 3 years. So 3 years, that 3 years category, what's that? That's just regular season, I'm assuming? Yeah, like how good they were in the last 3 regular seasons?
Yeah, but that's always the time frame that I've used to judge these players throughout all of them.
And Hurts was hurt last year, but he did have a good year, though. He did have a very good year. Well, when he was healthy. 2 years ago, I want to say he had a solid year. 3 years ago, I honestly don't even remember to think about it. But all right, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying for sure. Keep scrolling, Ev. Where the bro? Y'all had mad heads for this, bro. I try to fuck.
I can't. Yeah, I was saying like you told me, what the hell we do? I'm like, nigga, where you there yesterday?
Bro, I showed up yesterday like around 12, 1 o'clock, bro. I didn't see none of it. I didn't get no quarterback talks.
We had some really good football talks outside of some people being a little bit weird. Start talking about gay stuff. I don't know why, but other
chill on my dog Ryan, man. Chill. That was yesterday, man.
Wait, huh?
It's not my fault. He was being sensitive. He talking about gay stuff.
Man, Ryan, D-Mac, man. They had a funny little transaction, I would say.
Is there some place I can go back and watch episodes?
You can watch it.
Do they save on Twitch?
Yeah, they save on Twitch, and you can watch it back on YouTube.
Yeah, I forgetting this John Duby streaming on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know why. You just talk about gay shit low out of nowhere. We just talking football.
Crazy, dog.
Okay, I'm noticing a lot of people south of Ev. A lot of people do believe Lamar's number one.
Yeah,
Okay,
that was definitely a thing for sure.
A lot of people do believe that. I'm seeing some Allens though, some Allens and some Mahomeses and some Burrows at number. Ride with Burrow at number one. I'm a little surprised at that.
I do find the amount of Lamar's number one a little confusing from this standpoint because the argument for Lamar to be number one is obviously based on the more recent aspect of it. He didn't, even though in my personal opinion he obviously had a better season in my personal opinion, but he didn't win MVP and he had the worst playoffs of the possible
out of the 3. Yup.
So I'm interested for some of the Lamar number one people to explain that too, but
There's a lot of them.
I mean, it's simple put. Bias aside, I feel like Ted's wanted to say Lamar one personally, but he's a Burrow guy, obviously. She told some food clock it. But, listen, the last 3 seasons that we've been seeing out of Lamar Jackson, and I'm mad the first out of the 3 got cut short because everybody that remembers that season, we was well on our way to be the number 1 seed in the AFC. We was well on our way. He was well on his way to probably having another MVP-like season. And he's playing ridiculous. He got hurt. We know what happened. I think that's the year that we lost to the Bengals in the playoffs. That's the same year, D-Mac, with Tyler Huntley?
Yeah. But I assume that we're not including that year because people act like that year didn't happen. So I assume we're not talking about that year.
What nigga? I mean, either way, he got hurt backed anyway. So, you can't even go back to the year before that. But that's what you're saying. But
last 2 years.
F that year. It don't really matter. Look at I'm gonna spell his name out. Milo in the cut. If I say his name, he gonna do too much. But look at him in the cut, want some attention. He got a haircut right now, y'all. He got a haircut right now. He just staring at me.
Look at him though. Why he looking at you like that? Yeah.
That's what I deal with on a day-to-day basis, bro.
You like, bro, put this little podcast down and take me outside, bro.
It's freaking ridiculous, bro. But
fine.
Yeah, I mean, this past season and then last season, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, and maybe because we're a Ravens fan. Well, I'm a Ravens fan, so I see it a little differently because I'm watching all 17. But he's undoubtedly, in my opinion, throughout the regular season at least, been the best quarterback in the NFL, 1,000%. It's not a debate. It's honestly not even a debate. You cannot debate no other quarterback that had a better regular season than Lamar Jackson the last 2 seasons. You can't. Granted, Josh Allen just won MVP. Cool. He had a really good season. He had a well-deserving MVP-like season as well. But we all know who the best quarterback in the NFL was last season and the season prior. That was Lamar Jackson. Now, when you get to the postseason, we got 2 postseason wins in back-to-back years. I think Texans year 1, Pittsburgh last season. Obviously, we lost to the Chiefs in the AFC Championship 2 years ago, and then the Bills in the Lamar Jackson probably did not have his best games. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. But going into next season, it's hard for somebody to say that Mahomes should be ranked ahead of Lamar when you take into account the regular season and the postseason, where Lamar 1,000% outplayed him in the regular season. And then when you get to the postseason, obviously one made the Super Bowl or one extra game than the other.
Outplayed him in the playoffs.
Outplayed him in the play.
Do you disagree with that, Ed? Like,
the outplay part be the part that be spanking
you see the Super Bowl and you like, nah, I'm not gonna give him the playoff because he got head cracked in the Super Bowl.
Him in the last 2 playoffs, regardless. And I agree with you as far as the regular season. There's no doubt about it. Lamar's been spectacular. Mahomes has been below his standard. But there's no, as clear as that is, it's just as clear that he's killed him in the playoffs too.
Ed looking like he don't want to admit that shit, bro. That shit killing him, bro.
No. Wait, what did he say? My bad. I'm responding to John in the chat. What did he say?
Tina, you can say it again, bro.
For as clear as the regular season performance, where Lamar has been excellent the last 2 regular seasons and Mahomes has been below his standard, it's as clear that Mahomes has blown him out of the water as far as playoffs is concerned the last 2 years.
Well, listen, nigga, you got to pick one and get one, because if Lamar's blowing him out in the regular season, and then to you, Mahomes is blowing out in the playoffs, it's like, nigga, then how do we come to a common ground? Like,
yeah, I mean, I take the guy that performs better in the playoffs.
But then that guy that performed better in the playoffs got his head cracked in the Super Bowl, though. Like, that shit was bad. Like, that matters too, though. I can't ignore that.
But D-Man, what I tell you, I promise.
I just can't ignore that. I mean, he looked genuinely bad, though.
Ev, you can include that, and Mahomes still blows him out of the water in the playoffs, though, is my point. I'm taking the full game sample size.
We not nobody gonna win. Nobody gonna win.
No, I'm saying, I'm not asking you to. this is not a winner.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. I wish Lamar had Mahomes postseason success. Okay, that make you feel better? I wish Lamar had Mahomes postseason success.
I promise I'm not trying to. I really.
No, I don't think you're trying to be funny. I don't think you're trying to be funny right now.
I'm generally asking, like, where is the disagreement as far as that's concerned, as far as their playoff performance? Because
no disagreement. I can't. Who y'all play this year? Texans, Bills. Texans and Bills, because y'all were the 1 seed.
You talking about for the playoff run?
The Texans and the Bills.
Yeah, they won Texans Bills.
Wasn't that Texans game just a regular good Mahomes game? The same way the Steelers game was a regular good Lamar game?
Sure.
If I'm remembering that correctly, like, I think both of them quarterbacks they just had regular like games. Like, they didn't do nothing. Like, it was just them.
The Texans are a much more difficult opponent, but yeah, I agree.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I'm not gonna knock that. The Texans are a much more difficult opponent, 1,000%. Okay, all right. Nah, nobody had Bo Nix at the honorable mention.
If you look over the last 2 playoffs, like, his performance has been better, and that's not to say like Lamar's been bad. I don't think he has been, but Mahomes has been better.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson got better in the playoffs compared to what he was year 2, year 3 in the playoffs. I'll make that very clear. And people like to hype up that Texans game where he had 500, 600 all-purpose yards. I don't speak on that game. Only thing I say about that game is that these wide receivers dropped a lot of passes that got down behind early, and we had to play uncomfortable. The Ravens have always been a run-first team, especially in the early stages of Lamar Jackson's career, where the coordinator was Greg Roman. We shifted over. As the last 2 seasons, the offense got spread out, more pass-happy, more balanced, I would say, but still being able to dominate in that area with Gus Edwards, J.K., Derrick Henry, etc. And Lamar Jackson obviously using his legs. This season going to be the same thing. It's going to be more so, going to always be known to run the ball, but then we're going to spread out 3 wide receivers on the field, 3 wide receivers, 2 top, whatever. It's going to be spread out. It's going to be ridiculous. So you're going to see another probably 4,000 plus passing yard season or 3,700 passing yard season from Lamar, 30-something touchdowns, like 6, 7 interceptions, 5 interceptions, and it's going to be another. Hey, look at that Texans and Chiefs game. Yeah, I wanted to remember it. I swear that game was close. I genuinely can't remember. Okay. 23-14. So what, they pulled away in the 4th or something?
Yeah,
they pulled away in the 4th. Yeah, like so 6-12. It was 12-13. Okay. Let me look at this play-by-play. 12-13. Chiefs scored a touchdown top of the 4th. 13 play, 81 yards. You can't knock that. My goodness. 13 play, 81-yard drive from their own 19. Ooh, okay. Mahomes to Kelsey, 15 yards. Pacheco, 10 yards. Mahomes scramble. Mahomes to Kelsey. Okay. Noah Gray. Okay. So that's just a good drive. Kelsey. So Mahomes and Kelsey dominated that drive when it mattered the most. Mahomes and Kelsey connected on 4 times that drive alone. And then topped it off with a touchdown.
That's a good drive.
Yeah, that's a great drive. And then they turned them over on downs. So yeah, so I mean shit.
That's that.
Yeah,
that was a solid game.
Yeah, that's a good. I mean, Ryan, what can I say about that though? Like, that's a good game. Now you know what I'm saying. Like,
the Texans just couldn't score in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Wait, they had 2 points. Was that a safety? They got a safety in the fourth.
Yeah, but that didn't matter. They blocked the field goal. Oh wait, Chiefs blocked the field goal. Wait,
we did.
Where they get them 2 points from?
The Texans blocked the field goal, then they got a safety toward the end of the game.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was pretty much the game at that point.
We were killing them.
Nah, you good, Spurs. We not here too long today. After this quick little talk about Summer League and WNBA and stuff like that, D-Mac, remind me, because I was looking at my notes today before the show, and I cannot remember. When it came to the linebackers, you said off-ball, and what's the other thing you said?
Off-ball linebackers, and you categorize the
edges,
defensive
right?
end and outside linebackers as edges.
Right. Okay, off-ball linebacker edges. Okay, cool. Man, they got a fly in here, bro. How they get a fly in here, bro? What the hell? I'm downstairs. How they get a fly in here? What the fuck? We doing anything, bro. Keep the doors closed, bro. No funny.
Well, my eye really boggled down.
Like that just threw me off. Defensive. What you say? Edges. Off-ball linebackers. Say that one more time, D-Mac. Off-ball linebackers. Edges is I got it. Anyways, quick summer league talks, y'all. It's Friday, so Friday's gonna be. I'm always trying to have like some music and stuff like that involved. I do want to get back to verses eventually one day. So I'm always trying to have like some music and stuff involved. So after this, going quick summer league talk, Jdub extension. Looking at some WNBA box scores. Looking at who's to play today. Looking at more summer league action. I cannot wait. I had a ball watching NBA summer league all day yesterday. I had a great time watching NBA summer league all day yesterday. I want to make that very clear. I had a great time. And Zig, what's good, brother? And I appreciate everybody that pulled up. The watch party was popping yesterday. Felt like playoff basketball in there yesterday. Just curious, I saw Drake May on the list. Yeah, Drake May did make a list. Drake May was
Wait, Drake May made a list? Let me see.
Yeah,
who put Drake May on the list?
Who list did he make? Associates. And I was projection. Associate projected Drake May.
Associates is a Patriots fan, or he just knows ball.
He just a sports fan. Yeah, he knows sports. I can say that. Associate knows sports.
Okay. He knows some Drake May. Drake May finna shock the world this year. Don't worry about it.
Nah, for sure, Zig. You got to pull up to playback sometimes, man. Watch some games with us if you get some free time. You think Kyler is a top 10 quarterback? We don't care about your takes. I don't have Kyler top 10. I did swap Kyler for Dak, but I love dual threat quarterbacks. That's why I used to argue with the Eagles.
You think Kyler better than Dak?
Nah. I think Dak better. I used to argue with. They can have similar seasons though. I think Dak obviously have more passing yards though. And probably be more accurate, more consistent. But I used to argue with an Eagles fan coming up that well, if you reply, oh my bad, I was about to say if you reply to Spurs, hit the reply button, but you did hit it. My bad, I see it now. I'm not on the Twitch app. The stream chat is on my like OBS screen. But I used to argue with the Eagles fan when Carson Wentz was like at his top, and they drafted Hurts. I'm like, bro, y'all should start Hurts. I'm telling you, when Hurts gets going, the ability to use his legs, his arms, and now he blossomed to one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the league, scoring an array of touchdowns from 1 yard, 2 yards out, endless rushing first downs, all type of shit, man. Hurts is a phenomenal quarterback. All these if you got one of these quarterbacks right here, and I'm gonna stop right here, bro. Y'all can love Justin Herbert. I respect Herbert. I think he's a good quarterback, but he's yet to show me something. Niggas be talking some Trevor ain't showed him nothing yet. Nigga, Herbert ain't show you nothing yet, nigga. Like, let's be real. Justin Herbert ain't show you shit yet. So, I'm stopping right there. These 6 right here, if you got one of these quarterbacks, nigga, you happy. If you got one of these quarterbacks right there, you are happy. Lamar, Allen, Burrow, Mahomes, JD, or Hurts. You are definitely happy.
I think a few other people would be happy with their quarterbacks. For me personally, I would stop it at the top 4.
Damn, you can't be niggas. You can't be happy with JD5, nigga. He coming.
No, but it's because it's 1 year. So, but no, happy. I think.
Okay,
But I'm
you know what I
saying
mean by happy though. Happy is like super duper, like like you wake up every day great that you got one of them quarterbacks. Well, matter of fact, nah, take Hurts out of that. Excuse the fuck out of me.
I think Texans
Right
fans
here.
are happy that they got C.J. Stroud. Like I think Chargers fans are happy that they got Herbert. So that's the only reason why I specifically said that for happy. But
Yeah. No, but
that's
what's above happy to you then? Like, what's above happy? Because that's what I mean for real, for real.
I mean, where you just, in my opinion, it's where you feel like there is no quarterback that your guy can't look in the eye and stand toe to toe with. And in my opinion, that's really as far as going the top
Okay.
four. Now,
Yes. Okay, I agree. Okay, I agree. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah. That's
and
good.
I've said that like those top four, any of those four can outplay the other four on a given day,
I
and
agree.
that wouldn't be a crazy thing to see.
Yep. I agree. I agree. I cannot believe this. But yeah, so that's the vision for the show, y'all. Again, one more time. This is my last time doing this. I just don't like when I'm not prepared. Again, the reason why I was not fully prepared today because I did not get to make breakfast. Yeah, they really got a fly in here. That's throwing me off, bro. Y'all might see me try to attack that. I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, I didn't even get to make my oatmeal today. I had plans last night. Y'all ever woke up? Y'all ever went to sleep? Not even fully going to sleep yet. Y'all ever like, yeah, I cannot wait to eat that for breakfast. Bro, last night I'm thinking in my head, I cannot wait to make some oatmeal for breakfast. Like I love oatmeal that much. I love oatmeal that much. Yeah, I seen a fly, but I never seen a fly down here. Like that means somebody had a door open. That's what that means. I was thinking about oatmeal last night. I didn't even get to make my oatmeal this morning. So, then on top of that, I was working on this morning. As y'all can see, I like this new little addition to this platform. My next thing I gotta make, I'm gonna add the Instagram or the Twitter logo to this, or probably both, and just make it smaller like that. And then I'm gonna have like a stream starting soon overlay that I gotta make too, this weekend. With the show shifting over to Twitter, to Twitch. I gotta make it look a little better. So that's that. What I was about to say. Shout out to y'all that's watching on YouTube, man. Make sure y'all double tap that screen. As you see the top 10 linebackers in the title, keep it a rack. It's my last time pushing back. That's probably gonna be, oh snap. I didn't even know y'all could, my bad. I didn't know I wasn't sharing that. I'm gonna push that to Monday. So when I'm more prepared, because I was not prepared my list today. I was looking in the notes like, all right, I can't remember what D-Mac said. I'm like, I was going to text him like, nah, let me just work on this thing right here. So that's going to be Monday final Monday. Edges, linebackers, and I may glance at offensive linemen, and that's it. We're done. And then for the rest of the time down for anything NFL related, we are strictly talking about all the divisions, all 8 divisions. Who we have winning the division, looking at all the 14 within the division schedule, record predictions for every single team. And I'm going to notate all of this. I'm going to see if we get it right with the records. I'm going to see what we break out players, all type of stuff. Players to watch for. That's what it's going to be when we get down to all these divisional talks. And I'm going to try to reach out to some fans of some teams. Nah, no kickers, Patrick. No kickers. I'm going to try to reach out to some fans of these teams and see if they'll come through to the Discord and come through to the show and talk about their team as well. He said no kickers. Man, speaking of kickers, Tucker's a wild nigga, man. He a wild dude, but that was such like a cheat code having a guy like Justin Tucker as your kicker, bro. Now we gotta shift over to a rookie and see what he can do. But hopefully that means we just convert more touchdowns and things like that. But if y'all remember, Tucker, the reason why we lost that Eagles game, they don't want to speak on that. All they do is look at the schedule and say, "Oh man, y'all lost to the Eagles, and they lost by 2. You lost by 2 scores. Well, duh, we missed like 2 field goals." Like, nigga, like, Justin Tucker missed like 2 field goals at the beginning of the damn game. This shit was freaking terrible. Justin Tucker had a disgusting season last year. But you know why? Because his head wasn't in the right places. But I'll leave that alone. So, linebackers, edges, and all that type of stuff next week, Monday. Today, we're going to fast forward to WNBA box score look. I did not watch any of the games. We was keyed in on NBA Summer League literally all day. So, box score look. Y'all not getting TDs. And Carl, y'all not winning 10 games. So, just make sure you're ready to pay me at the end of the season, brother. You think the Patriots are winning 10 games. That's like me saying the Ravens will go 17-0. One of them shit's not happening, if not both. So, good luck. And I don't care how sweet your schedule is, nigga. People see, oh, sweet schedule, but don't have the elite team to dominate the schedule. Like, it don't work like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? If we had Excuse the hell out of me. If we had y'all schedule, we was within y'all division. We're sweeping the division. That's a fact. Y'all not sweeping y'all division. Well, no, we're not sweeping the division. I'm sorry, the Bills in there. We probably the best team in y'all division. And then we'll have an array of wins. The Ravens in that division will probably go 14 wins every year under Lamar Jackson. You want to be real? Y'all don't got the team to just say, oh, yeah, we're going to get 10 wins because our schedule easy. Like, what the hell? I want to make that very clear. So, cancel linebacker for today. I'm going to edit the title on Twitch and YouTube. I'm going to do a quick box score look on this WNBA stuff. Top 5 defense. Good luck, brother. Quick box score watch on this WNBA stuff. And then briefly speak on Jdub extension. Sort of kind of did that last week already. We all knew this was coming. And then I'm going to give out my thoughts on NBA Summer League. Players that perform. Look at some box scores and things like that. The show would probably wrap up within the next 30 minutes on this Friday. After that, we're going to head to playback and finish out the podcast episode of LeBron James, KD, and Steve Nash. It was getting really good, man. I'm mad the power outages in my neighborhood. We had the 12-minute mark on that. When that ends, New Music Fridays. Going to play this whole entire Justin Bieber album. And then that'll probably lead us eventually into either me getting on the game for a couple of hours and then NBA Summer League. So that'll be that. Everybody that's in here on Twitch and YouTube, thank y'all again so much. Lo, Josh, and Amadou, thank y'all for the 3 gifted subs this morning as well. If you are on YouTube and you are not a member, I would love for you all to become a YouTube member. How can you become a member? All you have to do is click the link in the description on this video. If you're on Twitch and you want to avoid seeing ads or just extend your support for what I do on a day-to-day basis, you can subscribe on Twitch as well. All you have to do is go to the chat, hit exclamation point, sub. The link will come right up. Also, playback, for those that don't know about playback, exclamation point, playback, the link for that will come right up. And that's where we at right at the end of the show as well. What else? What did I say now? Okay, so WNBA box score watch real quick. 2 games yesterday. I continue to be impressed with the Mystics, man. 2 games yesterday, though. We had the Lynx against the Sparks. The Lynx had a much-needed bounce-back victory after they, like I said, I watched the whole entire 4th quarter against the Mercury the other day where they had a letdown. Not even a letdown, where Alyssa Thomas just dominated. Rightfully so, what she did. The Lynx, 91-82. Outscored them in the 2nd and 3rd quarter by double digits. And then obviously, I got scored by the Sparks by 12 in the 4th quarter. But it probably didn't matter much at that point, where Fee only played 32 minutes. She was 17 points, 8 for 19. Kelly McBride is continuing to struggle. I spoke on how she had to be better offensively for them, as she was, damn near the 2nd best offensive player last year. Courtney Williams took that leap for the most part, as she's an all-star this year. She had 16 and 7 last night with 4 stocks. And then Letitia came off the bench and had 18 points. So looked like it was a solid win for the Lynx. On the Sparks side of things, they dropped to 6-14 on the year, 1-8 at home. Freaking ridiculous. Hamby had 12.7 rebounds. Miss Stevens had 6 points and 10 rebounds. Rakia had 14, and Kelsey Plum had 17. I am definitely curious to see when Miss Brink come back. Let me see if somebody got an update on Miss Brink. I just go to fantasy to check on updates sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on, let me see what they saying about Miss Brink. She remains without a timetable for her return. Like, what the hell, bruh? She remains away from the team. The expectation in April was that she'd be able to return sometime in June, and we in July now. All right, so I don't know what's up with her. We'll see. We're expecting her to return at some point this season, though. So we'll see what happens with Cameron Brink. Let me look at my fantasy football thing real quick. Okay, I probably don't even have to. I might have 2 spots, y'all. I like Wizard. I respect Wizard, but Wizard don't be around. So it's like, this is the Facts and Stats Fantasy Football League. Like, how are you in the league and you don't be around? So I'm gonna keep it a wrap. I love Mish personally, y'all, but Mish is so bad. Like, Mish might get up out of here. 3-11. Wizard was 5-9 last year. Yeah, Wizard might get up out of there, and I gotta go D-Mac, and I might hold Mish down a little bit. Hold Mish down a little bit, and then some no women. That young lady just trolled 24/7. I might hold Mish down a little bit, but Wizard don't be around no more. So I don't think it makes sense for him to be in a Fact and Stats Fantasy Football League, personally. No, Mish did trade. Don't do that. My girl, my dog trade. She traded with me and she traded with Lowe, I think. Or me and Jordan Woods. Let me see. Mish made... I can't even see what she did no more. Man, her team was so poo. Her team was so poo. Shout out to Misha if you went here, though. Second game, Zig, I agree with what you said on YouTube. They don't have any good big outside of Asia. That is a fact. They tried to trade for Alyssa Smith to see if that'll help. I seen what happened down the stretch of this game through a clip, and it was ridiculous. Hold on, let me turn my controller volume down. I seen what happened down the stretch of this game through a clip, and I want to give Sonya Citron all the credit. She and I have her best offensive game, but she got 4 straight stops yesterday. 3 on Chelsea Gray, 1 on Jackie Young. Y'all probably saw the clip floating around on Twitter. She was 2 for 10 from the field. She had 9 points, 5 rebounds. Shakira had 6 and 8. Kiki had 12 and 8. Brittany had one of her best games since she returned back from injury with 18 points, led them in scoring. And then on the Asia side of things, again, Asia was on the court, but she could not get through warm-ups and everything like that, so she sat out with her wrist injury. Was not deemed to be too serious. And it was led by Jewel Lloyd with 20 points. Outside of that, I pretty much told you what the game came down to. The Aces got walked down in the fourth quarter. The same way the Lynx got walked down the other day, the Aces got walked down in the fourth. It was 66-58 with 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Similar to the Lynx game against the Mercury the other day. Up 8 with 3 minutes to go and you get walked down. You scored 2 more points after that point and they scored 12. So, really shout out to the Mystics. They moved to 10-10 on the year. They continue to surprise folks. I'm not surprised no more with their performance and their efforts and how they play on a night-to-night basis, to be honest. Especially going against HST without Asia Wilson. So, great win for the Mystics, and they move on. Today we got 2 games. We have the Atlanta Dream versus the Indiana Fever. So, this is a game I'm going to try to key in on. And speaking of that, let me check that song playback. Before I continue, let me check if that's on playback. So that is on playback. Let me schedule that real quick. So this game will be keyed in on, obviously, with the NBA Summer League action as well. First game is Celtics and Grizzlies. I'm going to schedule that at the moment. And then we're going to get into some Heat and Hawks. That should be a good one as well. And the next one that's worth scheduling is down here. The Rockets and Clippers. All right, so that'll be that. Playback. This is what playback looks like. You see the live chat right here. We pretty much just watch NBA games, WNBA games, baseball, new podcast episodes, whatever. Coming up shortly, we're gonna listen to that whole Justin Bieber album. Hopefully I like it. I ain't play it yet. I saw some good tweets about it. I saw Shaggy and Highlight saying some good things about it. Lily saying some good things about it. So that pretty much will be coming up shortly after we watch the KD podcast episode. So we got the Dream versus the Fever, 7:30. Following that game, we got the Storm versus the Sun, where the Sun had a crazy comeback victory the other day. So I probably expect the Storm to come out on business tonight and bounce back, look in the mirror, and probably beat the heck out of the Sun today at home. So that's that. Next, quick stop in the association, extension wise. I've been praising everything that they've been doing. I mean, I've been speaking high on everything that they've been doing. Jalen Williams has agreed to a 5-year rookie max contract extension that can reach $287 million. It's special. You know, they now have SJ 4-year 285, Supermax Holmgren 5-year 250, with the 3 new extensions totaling up to $822 million. And then when you go, the good thing about this is when you go to Spot Track now and you look at the OKC future, all these guys contract match, y'all. I'll make that all these guys contract match. All these guys contract match. SGA is 27, entering his prime. Chet and Jdub are years away from their prime. You know, they're still young, they're still growing, and they're still trying to get better. Jdub is 24, Chet is 23, and I think they're off to and next on top of that, next season they still be under the second apron. So they really have this whole entire team right here for a whole another year coming up again. And then after that, that's when business decisions need to be made. Like, how long are we going to keep Dort? How long are we going to keep Caruso, who's even there for 2029, 2030? What are we going to do with Case and Wallace? A lot of different names. But to help Milo, come here. To help that out, they have the array of draft picks that we all know that they have. So I think they're going to continue to draft young talent. They have a head start on pretty much what they want to do because they have their core. They have this year right here where guys like Topic don't got to play. Guys like Sober still don't got to play. Even AJ Mitchell was continuing to get better. He had a good game in the Summer League action last night. So then you use the draft picks again the season coming up or at the end of the season coming up. And it just, you're drafting for replacing guys. That's all they're gonna have. That's all you have to do. Draft to replace guys that are gonna need to be replaced when these rookies that you're drafting are in year 2, year 3, year 4. Because obviously when you draft a rookie, you have control over them for at least 4 seasons. So, I love everything OKC is doing, man. Congrats, they won a championship, and on top of winning the championship, they still have ways to get better and improve their roster, and also on top of internal development. So Jdub, congrats, well deserved. This is the type of team or this is the type of organization you just look at it and just wish your team was doing what they doing, to be honest. So that's really all I got to say, bro. Shout out to Jdub. Shout out to OKC. I personally definitely expect them to win a championship again. That's not a bad contract. People got to remember the salary goes up every single year, bro. That's not a bad contract at all. But nobody's going to be caring that Jdub was making $50 million. What is it? Let me check. Nobody's going to care that Jdub was making $50 million in 2029, 2030. Nigga, that's damn near gonna be the norm, nigga. For star players, that's going to be where their contracts start, 50 and 60 million. I make that very clear. You see, SGA shit is starting at 60 in 2027, 2028. Star players, SGA's a superstar though, but star players shit's gonna be starting at like 50. I promise you, that's where it's gonna start. So this is not a bad contract at all. It's actually great to key in all these guys, and also have all their contracts come off the books, if anything, at the same time. And they can decide what they want to do if none of them guys are traded within this next 5 years. That's not even 5 years. That's 6 years. They can make that 6 years. Summer League action. Just off the top of my head, I enjoyed it, bro. I don't know how many games we had yesterday. I want to check real quick. This, again, immediately following this, I'm heading to Wemby contract gonna put the NBA in bankruptcy. Immediately following this, I'm heading to Playback to finish out the KD podcast episode, and then listen to that Justin Bieber album, and then I'm gonna chill and enjoy my Friday. I didn't get to eat breakfast yet, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So last night or yesterday, we had 7 games of the NBA Summer League action. Minnesota kicked and the Pels kicked it off. This game featured players like Jeremiah Fears, Terrence Shannon Jr., Derek Queen, Rob Dillingham. I might say his name wrong. Johan Berenger, Antonio Reeves, etc., 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 etc. The Wolves got the win 98-91. A couple of things that stood out to me in this game, obviously, with the Wolves rookie center. I mean, the man was ridiculous. We watched his film. I'm gonna keep saying this. We watched his film like 2 weeks ago before the draft. Whenever it was before the draft, and me, Ted, I think 11-10 was up here on the stage. I can't remember who else. And I said in my head, like, my God, you can see where he gonna be from a defensive standpoint. Like the defense is there. Look like he's a good roller for the rim. Look like he's athletic. Everything that I said off of watching highlights on him was on display last night. Literally every single thing that I said watching highlights of him, was on display last night. He followed it up in only 23 minutes. 23 minutes of action. He had 8 rebounds. It was really 7 blocks, I think. But it says 6 here, 2 steals, 11 points. Phenomenal game. It's 5 for 6 from the field. Phenomenal game. Leonard Miller, first round draft pick or early second, I would say. I think after the first. Like 3 years ago. 20 points, 9 rebounds. He had a solid performance. On top of Terrence Shannon probably not needing to play in the Summer League, he did display something new. And I think yesterday that was the ability to play make and also pass the ball really well. He had 9 assists on top of 20 points. He was really good from the field. Majority of his misses, as you can see at the box score, solely came from the 3-point line. That's obviously the next step to his game when you play alongside Ant and maybe even Randall. Obviously, some of those guys command 2 on the ball sometimes, so you're going to need to be able to knock down your outside shots like J-Mac does to an extent. like Nas Reed does, like Dante does, and things like that. So obviously that's next for Terrence Shannon. But Terrence Shannon, when he gets the ball, he moves so damn quick. He get downhill so damn fast, push the brake so damn fast. Really physical, really tough. He's just a tough player. And if anybody watched him in college, you know who he is. He slipped to Minnesota because you know why. If you don't know, look it up. But I'm pretty sure Minnesota's blessed that he's there. Rob Dillingham. I want to see him grow. I want to see him play. I want to see him be a rotational NBA guy. Obviously, my biggest concern with him was the size thing. The skill was there. But I'm glad he said yesterday on his in-game interview, he's still trying to figure out when to be a scorer and when to be a point guard. Asked a great question to him. What is it like being who you were, like, I think he said, like, throughout high school or even at Kentucky, being like that scoring guard or whatever the case may be, and then now trying to shift your game to a different role in the NBA, and, he was honest. He was honest in saying that he's still working on that. He's still trying to figure that out. And I think last night that was definitely on display. He said that he's definitely viewed as one of the leaders on the team, and they view him as that, and he wants to lead, and he wants to, get guys more involved. So that led to him having 6 assists, but sometimes he got caught in moments. Some bad passes, going into traps, going into double teams. That led to him having 7 turnovers. But the shot maker is always going to be on display with him. He's 4 for 14, 3 for 6 from 3. Could have been better from the field. He had 15 points. And I'm pretty much going to see how he improves or looks to improve how he plays in game 2. So, Rob, is an average grade for me. Got to limit them turnovers. Got to be a little better. Especially a guy that, that's not a rookie. So I wanted him to be a little better last night. But I was definitely impressed with Shannon and the rookie center down low for sure. On the Pelican side of things, I'm going to start with Fairs, similar to Rob, 7 turnovers. But he looked like a rookie. He looked like a guy that never played NBA basketball before in his life. You saw the potential in him, though, and some of his things that he did on the court when it comes to a couple of good lob passes or just good passes, period. The ability to get to the basket, the speed, the shiftiness, a couple of tough shot makes that he did last night. Obviously, the biggest weak spot in his game is his 3-point shot. He made his first 3-point shot, then after that, I think he missed his next 3. And they was good looks if you're watching the game. But for him, that's not really his type of shots. So the best way to put it. I think sometimes throughout the game he played at the same speed too much, and that's just fast. It reminded me of like a young Westbrook or a young Derrick Rose, like always on go. Always on go. Obviously, the game slowed down for Rose when the injuries happened and he got a better feel for the game. But young Rose, young Westbrook, they were always on go. And I think Fairs played that one gear a little bit too much last night, and that's what got a lot of his costly turnovers. Also, another thing that I noticed about Fairs, I don't know if people looked at this too, but he had 6 fouls last night, or yesterday, I'm sorry. And like 3 or 4 of them came off the ball. Like it came off of him trying to go and reach in and get his hands in a cookie jar and shit like that. You got to be smarter than that, like, because when you play an actual game, like, them team fouls tally up. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a point guard of your team, you cannot afford to get 2-3 fouls off the ball. You know what I'm saying? And then your big man or your best defender, 2 more fouls, they in the bonus. You know what I'm saying? So, just defensive awareness got to be a little better. Can't play at the same pace all game. But again, he's a rookie. First NBA Summer League game, obviously will improve throughout the season. But that's something that I noticed with Fairs. Next, I'm going to just speak on Queen, and that's it for this game. They started him at the 4 yesterday. I'm having a hard time deciding where he should be in NBA. I think pre-draft I said 4. And I think after watching yesterday's game, that's probably the best spot for him. I don't think Derek Queen would be... He can be a good enough 5, I will say that. But if it's for me, I'd rather him be like a 4 for sure. He's going to have to work on being like a stretch 4, a stretch big, or a guy that's a really good mid-range shooter, And I think that's probably will be best for him. He was 5 for 9, 13 points, 10 rebounds, but that was not the best. The box score looked okay. 7 turnovers, yeah, that was an issue, but it wasn't really a good performance, if that makes sense. Slow-footed. You saw the offensive skill. I want to say that. A couple of good finishes. Knocked down a 3 late in the game. Had a floater or 2 in the game as well. But I think he also would get better. But for me, Derek Queen, he can be a 5, but I'd rather much slide him at the 4. Game 1, I'm not overreacting him and Fairs, but them two having 14 turnovers combined, That's where you want to get that out in this game or these games right here in the NBA Summer League. So I can't remember what Queen player comp was going into the draft to keep it a rack. But while I'm on the screen, I can just look. Dairy Queen player comp. Going to draft. Let's see. DeMarcus Cousins, I actually like that one. Sabonis, Nas Reed, and Sengun. I like all of them, to be honest. They got Nas Reed in there probably because of the finesse. Don't like the Sabonis too much, personally. I understand the Sengun and Sabonis thing. I like all these names. If you put all these players in one, you might get a Derek Queen. Yeah, I like all these names personally, to be honest. I'm good with all them names. So shout out to the Wolves. Shout out to the 4 players that I just shouted out. Lester, shout out to Lester. Who else I want to shout out? Shit, it was even good to see Amari Bailey out there, to be honest. And I pretty much will stop right there. Game 2 of the NBA Summer League. We had the Cavs versus the Pacers. Did not watch a lot of this game. I know the Pacers were down like 14 points with 2-3 minutes to go. They ended up winning the game by 1 point. So really just shout out to them. A guy named Naquan Tomlin had 30 points. Shout out. Jalen Tyson had 20. Tyrese Proctor, he had 14 points, 3 for 7 from 3. I think he could have put the game away at a point in that time down the stretch when he flipped it onto the screen. Hold on. And on the Patriots side of things, Cam Jones only played 20 minutes, had 25 points. Ray J. Dennis had 26. Quinton Jackson, 24. And yeah, I don't know too many of these guys, y'all. So I'm not really saying too much about that game. I only can speak on what I watched. We're going to put it like that. Again, immediately following this, we are heading to playback. We're going to finish out the KD podcast episode. After that podcast episode finished, we're going to listen to the whole entire Justin Bieber album that dropped last night. And then that'll be the day today. Again, thank y'all for all the support on YouTube. Thank y'all for all the support on Twitch. And we are also gearing up to watch some more NBA Summer League action tonight. Next, we have the 90 OKC versus the Nets. OKC got the win 90-81. Spoke to AJ Mitchell. Probably don't need to be playing in Summer League basketball. But outside of AJ Mitchell, I'm glad guys like Chris Youngblood was able to sort of kind of steal the show, if that makes sense. Youngblood was a tough guy. He makes shots. He make threes. He can shoot the ball at Alabama, and that was on display last night. Youngblood started off with him. He was 7 for 10 from the field, 3 for 5 from 3. He had 19 points, and he had a really damn good game. AJ Mitchell was better in the first half than the second half. And Nikola Topic just had a good game yesterday. Don't care about the 7 for 18. He had a good game yesterday. The feel for the game, the playmaking, the passing, the ability to get into the paint, that was all on display. Obviously, I think the biggest thing that needs to be worked on in this game is a 3-point shot. Understandable. But outside of that, the IQ, it's all there. Like, he's going to be a good player in this league. It's all there, 1,000%. So, I'm going to give them 3 guys shout-outs. OKC, great win. Well, not great win, but good win. And on the net side of things, Traore, whatever. If y'all was in playback when the draft happened, nigga, or even pre-playback, nigga, y'all know I wanted Nolan to the Miami Heat at pick 20. I wanted Nolan to the Miami Heat at pick 20 solely off of, again, me and 11-10 one random day like a month ago was watching highlights. And we watched highlights on him. We watched highlights on Ben. They got him and Ben. We watched highlights on Kasparis, who we have now. And we watched highlights on Demon, who they have as well. Or actually, that's not even how you say his name. I'm going to just say Igor. I watched a video with him today saying how you pronounce his last name. I can't remember how you pronounce it, so I'm going to say Igor for his first, because I think I remember that part. But Nolan, the biggest thing you saw about him, the first step, the ability to get into the paint, knocked down a beautiful corner 3, was wide open, good playmaking, only had 3 assists yesterday, but it was good. Like, it's what you want to see in a summer league game in 26 minutes of action. So really a shout out to Nolan. As far as Demon, he got going more so in the second half. I think their summer league coach or their head coach, can't remember which one it was on the video that I watched, said they're trying to do what OKC did. He said OKC has 2 ball handlers, an SGA and Jdub, and they drafted these guys with the vision for them to be able to play together and get guys involved and get into the paint. That's the thing that he said. Igor said he doesn't view himself as a point guard. He views himself as a playmaker. Don't call him a point guard. Call him a playmaker because he feel like he can play make at any position. especially with his size. So that's one thing that he said. Drew Timme averaged 24 and 10 in the G League last season. Was a special college player, not a special NBA prospect though. But he's still going to try to make his way, whether it's in the G League or whether it's on the back end of somebody's rotation, and that could be in Brooklyn, to be honest. He had 22 points and 9 rebounds. I agree too, Tiz. He had 22 points and 9 rebounds. So shout out to Drew. Danny Wolf did not have a best offensive game, but you saw some of the things on display with him too that you saw in Michigan. Danny gonna take time. He had 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, 4 turnovers, over 5 from the field, 5 from 3. Danny will take time. I think Nolan probably gonna come in and be the most ready / best, and then Igor will come on and follow suit. But I think Igor and Nolan will probably be a good solid backcourt if that's the mode that they want to go with, for having 2 ball handlers / 2 playmakers. And I think that'd be pretty good for them. We typically don't see things like that in the NBA, especially with 2 foreign guys as well. Honestly, I don't think we ever saw a foreign backcourt. Have we ever saw that? Can somebody let me know? Have we ever saw that before? I don't think so. I don't think we ever saw a backcourt like that, personally. So again, shout out to all these rookies. Shout out to all the guys that performed yesterday in that game. More Summer League action to come today. We'll get to that in a second. Orlando and Sac did not watch a lick of this game, so I do want to look at the box score real quick and see what Neek did. So the Noah Penninger, top of the second round pick, he had 8. Tristan De Silva, their first round pick last year, had 19 and 7 and 5. Solid. Jace had 5 for 8, 14 points. Solid. My boy, I saw this yesterday. My dog Scal is on the Magic Summer League team. Scal is a Kentucky guy, if anybody that don't know, man. Scal is the number 1 prospect in high school coming to college. Just didn't pan out, man. It just didn't pan out. He had 14 points and 5 rebounds yesterday, though. Ultimately, the Kings still got the win. They were highlighted or led by Neek Clifford and Raynaud. I might say his name wrong. That's a center from Stanford, I would say, rookie. He had 16 and 6. Neek had 17, 4 and 3 with 3 stocks. Devin Carter. Devin Carter didn't have his best offensive game shooting wise, but he had 8 points, 3 stocks. And then Mason Jones had 17 points as well. So shout out to the Kings, man. I didn't see too much of this game again, like I just said. But it's good to see that 2 of their rookies were able to perform and lead that team to a victory last night. Next. All right, this is a game that I watched. So that's something I can speak on from start to finish. Somebody told me today this game was ass. Nigga, I enjoyed the hell out of this game. Let me make that very clear. I enjoyed the hell out of this game right here. I mean, the hype. Felt like the atmosphere, the environment, nigga, like the build up. It was all there. I'm gonna be honest. I thought the Lakers was gonna win because I feel like they're coming back with a couple of more experienced guys. I would say Dalton, Cole. These are guys that, especially Cole, like these guys been around. You know what I'm saying? Dalton, Cole, Bronny, Darius. You know what I'm saying? Even looking at their bench with Christian Coloco, Trey Jameson. So I was leaning the Lakers to win this game. The Mavs obviously pulled it off. What can I say to start this off? Maybe I'll start with the Mavs side of things. Undrafted for a couple of things. The size, but the skill was there. I don't think any scout or anybody questioned Ryan Nembhard's skill and feel for the game from a point guard perspective. It's there. He played like his brother. And you saw what his brother just did on the biggest stages or even in this whole entire postseason run. Ryan Nembhard, phenomenal passer of the ball, really good playmaker, really good point guard. He had 21 points last night, 5 assists, and he definitely probably turned some heads yesterday. I was watching the game. I didn't even know they had Miles Kelly. Miles Kelly's another good basketball player. Can be a solid role player in the league. Miles Kelly's from Auburn. He had 17 points, and he can shoot the ball really well. He had 3 from 3, 6 for 12 from the field. He was solid. The biggest name of them all, obviously, Cooper Flagg. 32 points, 5 for 21 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 stocks, 10 points. Okay. Cooper's a special player. Cooper's a special prospect. Coop will be a star in this league. Coop has all the tools that you want in a player. Coop has hella offensive IQ, hella defensive IQ. Coop will be a phenomenal defensive playmaker. Coop, biggest thing that he needs to work on is his shot making. Like, it's the jump shot. Not we all, but I already know that. Like TJ just said in the chat, it's really just the jump shot. Once Coop if Coop get like a mid-range pull-up, which he did a couple of like pull-up threes yesterday, that's not him. Like, he did a couple of pull-up threes, that's not really him. You know, like, once you get like a mid-range pull-up and things like that, like, everything will work itself out. I'm not overreacting to a summer league game. I think majority of the shots that he shot yesterday were good looks. I think he could have wound down a couple of threes. He did not have to take 5 threes because some of them were just like, I'm going to just pull up. You know, that's not really him. Could have finished a little better around the rim. But when you think of Cooper Flagg as a player and as a prospect, everything that you want to see offensively and defensively was there. You know, he could have had more than 4 assists, if you want to be real, too. He could have had like 6 or 7. Guys just missed shots. When you get to the NBA level, when you play with other NBA players, you expect AD to finish that, Klay to finish that, Max Christie to finish that, PJ, Kyrie, D'Lo, etc. Jason Kidd also said they had a plan for him for this Lakers game, for to run him at point guard. He said that was their plan coming in. He said it was good for him. He said he doesn't really have too much experience doing that. He also said that he did get tired quick, though. I didn't say it on the mic, but when I was watching the game, I was thinking in my head, like, damn, this nigga, he tired. Like, you can clearly see he was tired, like, in the first half and second half. I think he went scoreless in the second half. So, he said I didn't have one of my better games. I'm going to regroup, come back better. But ultimately, we still got the win. So, that matters the most to him and probably even the team. So, Ryan Nembhard, you hoop, nigga. You hit one of the biggest threes down the stretch of that game with an assist from Cooper Flagg. Miles Kelly, tough. And then Coop, just being Coop, didn't shoot well, but, still impressive with his performance yesterday. And then Bronny James. That last game time shot, I don't know what the hell that was, but defensively, he said it coming into the summer league. He know how he's going to carve his role out in the league. And that's not being a scorer right now. That's not being a really special offensive player right now. This is what he said the other day. But it's being a defensive player. It's being a defensive guy. It's been a defensive playmaker. And I think even in the Salt Lake summer league game that he played or games that he played, even in last night in Las Vegas, being able to guard Cooper Flagg for a couple possessions or throughout the game, being able to guard other guards, that's what you want out of Bronny. You know what I'm saying? That's probably what he's going to be for the time being. But he's definitely a guy that can play in the NBA. I want to make that very clear now. Compared to what he looked last season, I think he looks better. And I think he will continue to get better. Mainly on the offensive end. So, I just want to shout out Bronny for that. Don't connect. He smoked the hell out of that layup down the stretch of that game. I don't know what the hell that was. He was having a solid game at first. He finished with 15 points. Cole Swider, I'm familiar with Cole. He played on the Heat before too, so pretty familiar with Cole. He had 22 and 10. But yeah, I do think I can say Bronny's an NBA player now, 1,000%. Last season, I get the jokes for saying he's not an NBA player or he shouldn't have stayed in college or he should be in the G League all the time, which he did play a lot of G League games yesterday. But I think that helped him. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's wrong with the G League. I think there's stuff like that helps players. So, yeah, I think Bronny will carve his role out. Cole, Shaq, Bronny, no, because they need defense. Bronny's going to carve his role out being a defensive guy in this league. And Bronny right now is probably a better defender than Gabe Vincent, in my opinion, Dream Shake Jones. So, not saying Bronny's going to be ahead of Gabe in the rotation this season or nothing like that. But I think eventually Bronny will be a good defensive player in this league and eventually get better on offense. And I think Bronny, for him on offense, is going to probably come down to the three-point shooting. He has the ability to get to the rim, but I don't think he has the best handle, if that makes sense. He has the ability to get to the rim. He can finish, but when Bronny gets into the paint, if y'all notice, Bronny does like right-hand floaters. He don't really do like left-hand finishes. Like the right-hand floater that he attempted yesterday, I think it got blocked, but they called a foul. Bronny needs to get into the paint. If you don't want to get into the paint and finish with either hand, get a mid-range pull-up, right? And then on top of that, just capitalize on your three-point shots. Like, you're going to have to be a three-point shooter. He was 1 for 6 from 3 yesterday, and he was viewed as a guy that was going to come into the league and be a three-point shooter, by the way, too. But we saw how that looked last season. He was terrible from 3 last year in the games that he played. And I think that's where he's going to have to carve his role out. Catch and shoot guy, and it just being a pest on defense. Like, that's causing havoc. Early Patrick Beverly days on Houston. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And that's probably going to have to be Bronny. So that's that for that game. Shout out to the guys. Shout out to Ryan Nembhard. Shout out to the Mavs getting that win yesterday. Milwaukee and Denver. I didn't watch this whole entire game, but I did watch the fourth quarter. I do not advise anybody to bet on the Summer League. I only made 2 bets on Summer League yesterday, and thank God they both hit. Again, I silently bet on Bucks money line yesterday. Probably when I do that again. Thank God they won. DeRon Holmes. This is the biggest thing that's floating around on Denver Twitter right now. For what he could be this season coming up for them. Obviously, he drafted him last year in the first round. He got hurt with an ACL injury. I believe it was ACL. Took that whole year off. Didn't return, obviously. You just subscribe Lil Nembhard. I like Lil Nembhard, OG. I do. I like Lil Nembhard. You know, I really do. Took that whole year off. Obviously, didn't return. Last night, this was something I did not know about him. I'm not somebody that gonna act like they know about every single player. I watch a lot of college basketball, watch a lot of NBA basketball. But DeRon Holmes, I did not know he can shoot the ball. And not even just shoot the ball, he shoot the ball with confidence. You know, he shoot the ball with confidence. He was 3 for 5 from 3 yesterday, 6 for 9 from the field. He had 15 points. I like what I saw. I like the clips that I saw. Let me say that. I like the clips that I saw out of him yesterday. He looked athletic. He looked fast with the ball. He got to the paint really quickly from the 3-point line and finished. So I see why Denver fans are super duper happy. A dream shake. Aaron on YouTube. I think Aaron's on YouTube. Again, I did not know he do that. You know, I'm thinking he's the athletic big and things like that. But he look like he's gonna be a floor spacer, a guy that's gonna stretch the floor out and probably be able to play alongside Jokic in a minute that Aaron Gordon's probably on the bench. Obviously, you probably want him as your backup big too. But look like he can play alongside Jokic if that's what he bring to the table. Hunter Tyson, I'm familiar with him. He missed like 3 straight threes down the stretch of that game where they could have put the game away, so that was bad. But the Bucks, man, they fought. The Bucks fought. They should have lost this game. Y'all, I'm being real. They hit like 4 straight threes to win this game. Andre Jackson hit a fluky. Chris Livingston hit a 3. And I think Bouye hit 2 threes. One in the corner, and on top of that, the game winner. So I'm familiar with Bouye. Good win for the Bucks. Way to stay with it. Way to stick with it and pull out that win yesterday. And like I said, bro, I'm just excited to watch NBA Summer League, man. We had a great crowd in playback yesterday. Like 50-something people on average probably throughout the day or throughout for the games at least. Hopefully we can get the same crowd today. We had the stage rocking. The stage was pumping. It was good vibes. I feel like playoff basketball to an extent when it comes to how many people was in there and watching and interacting and things like that with us. So that was that. Shout out to the Bucks. I'm going to leave it at that. And then what's the next thing? I think that's the last game coming up with the Spurs. Oh, I can't wait to talk about this dude. The Spurs and the Sixers, bruh. I remember vividly, bruh. And again, he didn't play a lot at Arizona, so that's why I didn't speak on him. I'm not going to speak on somebody that I'm not familiar with. But I know a couple of folks in here like saying like they don't see the hype. He might be jazzed. They talking about top 10 with him. I don't see it. Well, nigga, it took me a couple of Summer League games to see it. All the scouts, all the Twitter analysts, all whoever that had Carter Bryant as a projected top 10 pick, nigga, he should have. He should have. I get the Suns taking Marlon Watt, cool. That nigga is going to be ridiculous, bro. Carter Bryant, you have a fan in me. I'll make that very clear. Carter Bryant, you have a new fan in me. I will be a fan of you throughout the rest of your career, probably. Defensive menace. I mean, the nigga big. He like 6'9". He not a skinny 6'9" either. You know how Mikal Bridges is like 6'6", but he's small, he's skinny. This nigga Carter Bryant like 6'9", 220 right now. 6'9", 230 right now. And he physical, he tough. He's a communicator. He's a defensive leader. He had a lot of steals last night. Blocks. 1 steal, 3 blocks. He only played 19 minutes. They blew him the hell out. He's 6'6", cool. They blew him the hell out. Thank you, Ja Curry. He looks bigger than 6'6". I'm not gonna lie to you, but thank you. He's 6'6". Offense will come. Not worried about that. Guy, the view as a 3-point shooter. But on the defensive side of things, you know, I saw Kendrick Perkins tweet OG Anunoby or whatever the case may be. But I tweeted this last night. Castle, Carter, and Wemby is going to cause havoc 2 years tops. 2 years, 3 years top. Because guys like that, they make their way onto the court. You know, whenever you can come with a specialty, 3-point shooter, being able to lock down best offensive players, you put yourself onto the court because teams need guys that specialize in one area or two areas, or if you're not a star player. That's how role players come about. Role players specialize in something, or specializes in something, or the things that their star players don't specialize in. We put it like that. It's basically what role players are. Carter Bryant will be on the court, bro. He's special defensively, bro. I young nigga built like a grown man that short the curve for a youngster. Facts, OG. He don't look 6'6". Ja, thank you. He did not look 6'6" yesterday. He looked a good 6'8". He looked big. And he said yesterday in the presser, like, he don't care if he got guard somebody that's 7 foot. He don't care if he got guard a little guard. But he feel like he gonna lock down anybody. Simple put. I was impressed with the defensive game yesterday. This David Jones Garcia guy, I didn't even know him until Salt Lake. He's scoring in bunches for the San Antonio. He is scoring in bunches, and he continued to score in bunches. He had 24 last night. Like I said, they blew them the hell out. Harrison Ingram, he had 7.6 rebounds, 4 assists. So there's not really much to say there. But Carter Bryant, again, I'm going to say this one more time. You have a fan in me. I have been impressed with the Summer League. And on top of that, I was impressed yesterday. You will be a defensive star. 1,000%. So keep working. Keep doing your thing. And I'm going to keep watching. And I'm going to keep supporting. And it's going to go to the point to where I'm going to make sure everybody that I know, whether it's in fact and stats or whether it's real life, know about you and what you're going to do and who you're going to become. Because I am a fan. 1,000%. So that's what I got to say about Carter Bryant, y'all. I'm not even jazzing. I promise you I'm not jazzing. I'm not over-exaggerating. I'm not being extra. I'm being real right now. I'm being so real. 120. I'm being so real. What else I wanted to say? Sixers side of things. Oh, yeah. Dylan and VJ, they didn't play. Dylan is expected to play tomorrow, so I cannot wait to see what their 2 first-round picks are going to look like together. Or even just see Dylan first NBA action in the summer league because he did not play yet. VJ, he had a couple of good games or a good game already. Hopefully he returns back as well. Nothing really to say on the Sixers side of things. Pretty much straightforward. Whenever you lose by 41, it's hard to carve out something and say something in regards to that game. So, I can't wait, OG. Speaking of Reed hooping tonight. I didn't even know Tibbs was up here. Did you want to add anything, gang? My bad.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
1 second, hold up.
You got them top 5 on your draft board, IVX? Man, yeah, man.
Yo.
Yeah, it was good, gang.
It's good, brother. My bad, bro. I've been in the gym. I've been listening, though.
Nah, yeah, sure. I saw you tapped in.
Cause you kind of been speeding through, bro. I was trying to goddamn get through. But for I'm gonna speak on the Carter Bryant, bro. I personally wasn't high on him, but remember I told you, I said I do like that he went to the Spurs because now you're not forcing him to do stuff that he doesn't have right now. You know what I mean? Maybe his game will grow to that and what people think his maxed out potential could be. But as far as him going to the Spurs, I think that was a home run pick, bro. And like you said, a lot of shit was on display, bro. Now, all you got to do is play defense, guard the perimeter occasionally, the wing, and hit the outside shot when he open. That's a perfect situation for him, bro. So, and he had a good ass game yesterday. Like his is he moves like he continuously running. He's guarding 2 niggas at one time. He's contesting the damn shots at the rim. He's doing a lot of shit, bro. That when he's on that regular team, alongside of a Wemby, a Sohan, and you know what I mean, and the Castles, yeah, dude gonna be a menace, bro. And now, like I said, the situation for him now, all he got to do is hit the outside shot when he open.
Yep.
Catch and shoot. All he got to do is hit catch and shoots, bro. He don't got to put the ball on the ground. He don't got to do none of that extra shit. And that's why I liked him going to the Spurs. But I personally wasn't high on him, though. But I do like where he went to max out his game, for sure.
Yep. That's a fact. I did peep you on the Twitch. I know a lot of folks wasn't in here on Twitch or YouTube. I did peep you in here. Yeah, I was talking because it was me up here. But did you want to challenge on any other game that I spoke to already? Like the Wolves or
We
anything
kind
like
of
that?
talked about.
Oh yeah,
We
play back
kind of.
yesterday.
We kind
Yeah.
of.
Go ahead, my bad game.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Hold on, it's not down. We kind of touched on the mini game. I don't really want to really repeat myself, to be honest. Like too much.
Yeah, you good.
But the really, I'm not gonna lie, and you know, it's kind of a bias because I am a guard. My steal of the night was Nemhard, gang. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
That little nigga look good, bro. And remember, they used to say he was one of the best point guards in the country every year. Literally, like every year, he's in the conversation as the best point guard in the country. And that shit was on fucking display yesterday, bro. Like he damn near. He low key, no glaze. He low key stole the show for niggas, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
I agree.
I ain't gonna sit here and lie, bro. And if nigga disagree, to me, you hating. Cause I watched the game. That little nigga stole the show for real, bro. Like that little nigga, everything that we seen him do at Gonzaga, he did it last night, bro. Literally everything. Pick and roll game is elite. Mid-range jumper is still elite. The playmaking is still elite. And he's a small ass guard.
Yeah.
But and that's why I say a lot of niggas. Man, we had the conversation, and this was kind of to the Rob point that we talked about too. When niggas just mention niggas' size, understandable, right? I get it. You know what I mean? Like I understand 1,000%. The league you play against bigger players, 1,000%. I get that, but your size is not going to change. It's about what you do with your size. You feel what I'm saying? What can you do different that stand out that other niggas can't do because they're bigger than you with your size? That's what this shit is about. And him right there, he does a lot of other shit that stands out that offsets his size. And he been doing it at Gonzaga 4 years in a row, bro. Shout out to him. For real. Like, dude is a beast, bro. And he been a beast. For the people who haven't watched him, you know what I mean? He really been a beast. But yesterday, to me, he stole the show, bro. And I honestly think he was one of the best players in that fucking game, bro. Honestly.
I love that, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm glad you came up here and just said that, to be honest. You know, because I a lot of my praise went to him, you know, and then I spoke to Cooper all around game. But yeah, Ryan, he stole the show. And ultimately, he hit one of the biggest shots of the game. You know what I'm saying? That big 3-point shot that he hit down the stretch. So, well said, brother. I definitely appreciate that for you coming up even on the back end. Today, guys, the games to look forward to. I don't know. Is Cedric Howard playing, if you know? Is he good to go? I don't know if anything is.
You said who?
Cedric playing. Do you know if anything about Cedric?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think he's still hurt. I don't think he plays.
Somebody asked you, what is Ryan Nembhard selling to you?
He's a small guard, bruh. So it's like, shit, his brother. To be honest, shit. Like I small guards, bruh. I can't. It's hard to put ceilings on them. You know what I mean? Like, cause they play so much different than bigger guards. Cause they have to do different shit to try to offset their size. If that makes sense. So it's harder to put ceilings on players like that. But shit, his ceiling for, like, if you just want me to speak on yesterday, you laughing at me?
Nah, my bad, Gay. Go ahead.
Oh, nah. Like, if you just want me to speak on yesterday, bruh, honestly, his ceiling, like, he's smaller, but his ceiling looked like his brother, to be honest. Like, he didn't do nothing that I haven't seen him do. It was just on full display last night. Like, I've seen him do this 4 years, bro. He been, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't really know his ceiling. I would say his brother. Maybe he get in the league and he get, you know what I'm saying? If he can play, if he can get on the court, I don't know if it will be year one, but I would say his brother, like, to me personally.
He said he agree. I said he agree. Nah, yeah, great shout for sure. Following up today, y'all, we got 8 more games in action. Again, immediately following this, we're gonna finish out the KD, KD, Steve Nash and Brown podcast episode we had like 30 minutes ago. Then I'm gonna tap into and play that whole entire Justin Bieber new swag album, and then that should be getting us close to that 4 o'clock hour. Where after that everything starts. We got the Grizzlies versus Celtics at 4. Hopefully, I see my dog Amari Williams in action. We got the Hawks versus the Heat. That should be a good game as well. So a lot of young players on this one. Josh Christopher was on the Heat Summer League Championship team last year. He's now on the Hawks team. We got the Knicks versus the Pistons. With what that's worth. I don't know if there's anybody that's worth shouting out in that game at the moment. For whatever that's worth. Hornets, Jazz, Khan, Ace Bailey, Walter Clayton, Ryan, the Hornets center. Maybe Flip play again. I can't remember what their roster was. I know Ted sent it the other day. I can't remember. But this should be a good game right here at the 7 o'clock hour. 8 o'clock, maybe we see Colin Murray Boyles against Jacoby Walter and who did Chicago just draft again? I'm having a brain fart. Who the fuck did Chicago draft?
Chicago?
Yeah.
They went Noah, right?
Noah.
My tripper?
Yeah, Noah. So hopefully those guys play today. It's 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock, something I'm going to be super duper happy to see. Trey Johnson, and then the array of young talent that they have in DC, Bub Carrington, Sarr. You might see George out there. You might see AJ Johnson out there. The Wizards have a mob today. The Suns side of things, I don't know if we're going to see Ryan Dunn, but Maluwak, Kobe Brea, etc. So some good action in that game right there too. 10 o'clock, I only care to see Reed Shepherd. So I want to see the growth of Reed this year too. NBA Summer League. I want to see how Reed and Rob pan out for the Summer League action right here, how they lead in the team and things like that. So Reed's been working relentlessly and effortlessly.
How do you think he played? I didn't really get to hear you.
Yeah, I was like he was cool. You know what I'm saying? Basically I like that he spoke on how on that in that in-game interview that he had, he still don't know when to score and when to pass. And you can see that. You know what I'm saying? That takes time.
Yeah, I agree.
That takes time when you at a program like Kentucky, or you a player that you were in high school going to Kentucky and you still got the ability to just score. That's where your mind is at. You know what I'm saying? So he's saying he's still taking that time to shift from being that scoring guard to more so a not combo, but a guy that can score and pass. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that he said that, and I think that's what led to him having 7 turnovers. But also 4 for 14 because of you're not knowing what you want to do. A lot of good point guards know what they want to do. You said this yesterday. Ryan knew what he wanted to do every single time down the court. You said that yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of good point guards know what they want to do. Rob is in the mix right now like a tweener. He don't know what he want to do. Am I going to come down to score? Am I going to try to play make? Am I going to try to pass right here?
Yeah.
So, I think. Yeah. Yesterday was okay. I wasn't too happy with it because of the 7 turnovers and it's the shooting so damn bad. You know what I'm saying? But I think over time that's going. I don't want to see how he can play in the game 2, game 3, game 4, shit like that. So. I'm not gonna say he was bad yesterday.
And the thing, and I agree with everything you said too, because we were talking about it yesterday. But the thing that I don't know if he in here. Me and OG was speaking on him.
Yeah, he on YouTube. He can probably hear you. Can hear you.
So he was saying that how for a nigga like him, it's he was mad that Finch ain't really put him out there in situations other than when niggas got hurt, because it's technically if you want to be technical, this is technically about to be his rookie season, and I think Shaggy said that yesterday, technically, because he about to get the most minutes than he did last year. And I think Rob game, the only reason and I know you are too, but why I believe in it so much, because to me, like you said, he got the game. He doesn't have, his size is not going to change. It's kind of what I just spoke on with Ryan Nimhart. The size is not going to change, bro. You can get in the weight room. You could bulk up. It's basketball. Nigga, you ain't going to grow 2-3 inches by the season unless that's just in your genetics and shit. But you can get bigger, gang. You can bulk up. Your size not going to change. It's about what you can do to offset your size. And I think Rob has the game to offset his size. Rob problem is he has habits that, as you seen coming in to Kentucky through high school, you seen the habits last year at Kentucky where he's coming around pick and rolls, and a habit that he had all his life coming around pick and roll, and he's jumping on passes. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's little shit like that. Getting into the pick and roll, getting downhill, and getting to the bigger players and getting too deep into the paint, and now you can't. Your options are limited from that standpoint because you are small. Like he has small habits that you can tweak, but I think not playing him kind of did set it back just a little bit. But the nigga game, the shot making, the passing, the shit is there. Like the shit is there to believe. He just gotta work out little kinks in his game that he probably didn't had all his fucking life. Now that he's in the league, and now you will start seeing his max potential. His like he ain't got major shit to tweak, bro. It's just little shit that you want in a point guard that he don't have right now. Just because, to your point, he was kind of a tweener, so he never really had full point guard chops. Probably never in his life. And now he's in the NBA that he has to be that point guard. You're doing something that you never did in your life. It's gonna take time, but the game is there to believe in. That's more so what I speak on. It's there. It's clear as day. But he do got little habits and kinks in his game. Like even his shot. You know what I mean? We seen it in Kentucky. It's the jumping too high, the wind up from inside your body, not really winding up from the middle, coming straight up shot. Like it's like that's the shit in basketball niggas really don't talk. Like it's little kinks. Like it ain't. The game is there to believe in. He just got to work through little shit. But I do think, to OG point that he spoke on me and him last week, not playing him kind of did limit it a little bit, but it's there to believe, to me personally. Like, no bias. It's there. And we seen it yesterday.
I like that, bro. You said some good stuff, bro. I'm going to keep it right. You just said some good stuff, bro. Hopefully people listen when you talk. Yeah, shout out to Tez, y'all. Next, we got the Blazers. Last game, Blazers, Warriors. That's starting at 11 o'clock. That game probably not going to enter like 12:30, 1 a.m. Eastern time. That could be some good late action to see. Can't really think of any players to shout out in this one right here. But we're pretty sure we'll probably feature that on playback at the end of that Rockets and Clippers game. So, again, linebackers and edges and things like that, picking that up Monday. I will be prepared for that personally. And then playback, that's where we're going to head. As you can see, I'm about to title this right now. That's where we're going to head and finish out that podcast episode with my power outage happened. Kevin Durant. Mind the game. Part two with Kevin Durant. Immediately following that, I'm going to play that whole entire Justin Bieber album. And then after that, I will go take a break for like an hour or two and get ready to watch some NBA Summer League action at 4 o'clock. Everybody that came through to the show today, y'all, thank y'all so much. If you do not know what playback is, it's exclamation point. I'm going to put right here in the chat for y'all, exclamation point playback. Thank y'all for coming through to the show. Andrew, thank you for that. Thank y'all for coming through to the show. It was a great time today. And I am looking forward to talking to you all later on in playback and also on Monday throughout the show. Make sure y'all follow the Twitch page. Make sure y'all subscribe on YouTube. And thank y'all for all the support endlessly on all platforms, y'all. Thank y'all. I'm going to see you in playback, gang.